What's going on, guys? It's your boy Distant Coder, and before we get into the video, I just wanted to let you guys know that I am now officially a coach on MetaFi.gg. So for those of you that don't know what MetaFi.gg is, it's a website on which players that want to get better at any sort of game can go on and find coaches that can teach them to be better at said games. Now, I am now officially a Yu-Gi-Oh coach on that platform, and I'm offering multiple different packages for those of you that want to improve your Yu-Gi-Oh game, and more often than not, to improve your Yu-Gi-Oh rulings knowledge. So on that website, I have the following packages. I have a package in which players can sign up to play some Yu-Gi-Oh with me, play some remote duels, hang out, play some games and stuff like that. But where we really get into the meat of the content is when you get to the following two packages. I have a package on there that is for returning players. If you haven't played since 2008, 2009, 2010, and you want to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh and be brought up to speed, I have a package on there where I teach you all of the new summoning mechanics, I teach you where the meta's at today, and things like that. But where the best package that I offer is, and the one that you get the most bang for your buck, is the package on which I teach you guys about advanced ruling knowledge. Whether or not you're trying to pass the RC2 judge test or pass the dueling book judge test in order to potentially become a judge on DB like I am, that package is basically where I take you guys and I train you guys to know all these rulings that you might struggle with. If you don't fully understand the damage step, if you want to know more about skipping phases or things like that, the more complicated stuff, that package is the right fit for you. So go check out my page at MetaFi.gg. If you are a Twitch subscriber, you get 10% off all of my packages. But without further ado, guys, enjoy the video. What is he striking? I don't know. He uses the Trap Destruction Sword Memories to fusion summon. You cannot strike a trap effect. You can only solemn strike a summon that doesn't occur as part of a chain resolving. There you go. Can I strike Revolt? You can't strike Revolt, but you can strike the monster that's summoned, the link summon of the monster that's summoned off of Revolt, because only if it's Chain Link 1. Because it link summons after the effect resolves. Basically is how that works. The reason why you can't Solemn Strike, for example, like Shaddoll Fusion or something, for example, right? So say you have like Shaddoll Fusion. The reason you can't Solemn Strike Shaddoll Fusion is because you can't Solemn Strike a spell card, and you can't Solemn Strike after the Shaddoll Fusion has resolved, because the fusion summon is already successful before the chain link itself like stops being resolved. And as you know, you can't activate a card effect while a chain is resolving. So the window at which you would negate the summon has already passed, because the summon occurs as part of a chain link being resolved, which is why you can't Solemn Strike. But when you look at something like Revolt, TRI-BRIGADE Revolt says, special summon any number of your Beast, Beast Warrior, and or Wing Beast monsters that are banished and or in your graveyard, but negate their effects. Then, immediately after this effect resolves, link summon one TRI-BRIGADE Link monster using only those monsters. The only way that I know how to explain this is via Paint, so we're going to explain this via Paint, okay? So, you have your Chain Links, right? So you got your Chain Link 1, and then Chain Link 2, and so on, and then Chain Link 3, and all that. So the way chains resolve, right? The reason why you cannot Solemn Strike, say your Chain Link 1 here is a Shaddoll Fusion, in this case. You'll resolve Chain Link 3, resolve Chain Link 2. Once you resolve Chain Link 1, the summon occurs while resolving Chain Link 1. So you can't Solemn Strike because the fusion occurs while resolving Chain Link 1. As opposed to, if instead of fusion, we consider TRI-BRIGADE Revolt, what'll end up happening, right, is that Revolt says immediately after this effect resolves. So what that means, right, you'll resolve your Chain Link 3, resolve Chain Link 2. Once you get to Revolt, when you resolve Chain Link 1, you summon the monsters. And then, immediately after this effect resolves, meaning you are no longer resolving a chain because Chain Link 1 was the last effect in the Chain Link. So, immediately after Chain Link 1 has fully resolved, you're no longer resolving a chain. You link summon. This is when you link. At this point, you are technically linking, but no longer while a chain is resolving. So for this reason, if the Revolt is Chain Link 1, you can Solemn Strike. Basically, this is the same situation, exactly the same thing, as if instead of Revolt, you considered something like IP Masquerena. Same thing. IP says Immediately after this effect resolves, link summon. Resolve chain link 3, chain link 2, whatever. When you resolve chain link 1, immediately after this effect resolves, link. The link summon does not occur as part of a chain resolving. Therefore, you can strike the attempted link summon with the effective IP. You see what I mean? Same thing with something like the True Draco traps. Same thing. You consider True Draco are like disciples with something like Solemn Warning. Something like Solemn Warning. Disciples is chain link 1. You have other effects chain link 2, 3. Chain link 3, chain link 2 resolve. When you resolve disciples, immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon. Here you can warning. Here you can warning the normal summon that you do via the effect of disciples. That's legal. You're completely allowed to do that. Now, if your revolt is chain link 2, I'm going to get to that, okay? So if your revolt is chain link 2, here's the reason why you cannot solemn strike if the revolt is chain link 2. So you resolve chain link 3. When you resolve chain link 2, you special summon the monsters and all that good stuff. You special summon all the monsters. And then immediately after this effect resolves, here is when you link. Are you allowed to activate a solemn strike while a chain is still resolving because you still haven't resolved chain link 1? No, you can't solemn strike the link in this case. You see what I mean? You shouldn't compare card names to that interaction. The key thing you have to look at is the text. Exactly. So when a card says, immediately after this effect resolves, it means the entire chain link is resolved. After that entire chain link is resolved, you perform the action. So you don't perform the action as part of chain link 2 here, or as part of chain link 1 and things like that. Okay, this isn't Magic the Gathering. Things aren't happening in the stack and shit like that, you know what I mean? So yeah, that is something you're legally allowed to do. Absolutely legally allowed to do. Completely legal. As opposed to, you know, and this doesn't come up as much with IP because you can just solemn strike the effective IP itself. But if IP is chain link 1 and you want to make them go minus on another material, you can save your solemn strike and solemn strike the on resolution, like when they like perform the link summon. It's another chain. Yes, it's in another chain. So basically what'll happen is like you'll have this chain here, and in this chain, like this is revolt. What'll happen, you'll resolve chain link 3, chain link 2, you resolve chain link 1. After chain link 1 resolves, you link. Then in a new chain, because this chain has resolved, in a new chain, like they're attempting to link summon here, and this is the, for lack of a better term, this is the same thing as if they attempted to link summon in an open game state. So at this point, you can then chain link 1, strike. Make sense? I hope this makes sense for you guys. I really, really hope this makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's a really good explanation. I don't know. My explanation is insanely good. Yeah, my explanation is based